Welcome to Divinity Virtue. My name is Dustin Taylor. It's been a long time since I made a video. Probably 8 days, 10 days. Not too sure, to be honest with you. You know, I don't even know where this one's going to go. I don't have a lot on my mind. I've kind of really looked at myself lately. And it gets interesting because the reason I'm doing these videos is like, okay, so I spoke with a guy at the gym who does videos for video games, or I believe and whatnot on YouTube. And I was talking to him, and he goes, I was like, "How much money do you make?" He goes, "Well, for every hour right now, I'm at minimum wage. So here in Canada, let's just say minimum wage is $15 an hour." And I'm thinking to myself, like I can't even find a job right now. I have 2 degrees, and ever since COVID happened, I've gone from six figures to the bottom barrels. Like I'm just a complete nobody. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, so Canada just had a huge influx of foreigners and whatnot. Like we just opened up the gates, which is weird because I know that Canada typically had I think you had to have something like $250,000 in your bank account before you could even come over here and get permanent residency or even be allowed to like be over here. So I don't know when the rules changed, but I do understand. Like, hey, Canada, big country, very small population for its size. We're going to be behind every other country in the rest of the world unless we bring in the workers, unless we up our immigration status, stuff like that. So it's interesting because that means all the jobs are gone. Like all your hard labor jobs, they're gone. Like, even if I wanted to do a labor job right now, it's hearsay. There's not going to be a lot of jobs for me, which is interesting because since COVID happened, my whole life just like came crashing down, stuff like that. And I decided to go back to university, etc., come out with a finance degree. So I still haven't got any training in the finance world. I can't even get a job because they go, oh well, we need experience and whatnot. And I'm going, how do I get you experience if nobody's willing to train me? Like I'm willing to actually stay extra overtime. I'm willing to learn everything. I've been out of school for, ooh, I don't even know, 3.5 years now. It's whatever it is. I don't know when I got out. I seriously, I don't even know when I graduated. Anyways, weird tangent, drink on that one. But the fact of the matter is after I got that degree, my last like 3.5 years has been nothing but losses. I can't take a win in any column whatsoever. So I'm thinking like, okay, how do I get ahead in this world? How do I do it so that I'm not going to go sell drugs, sell my soul, etc., etc. And I believe in one of my, might have been the last video or the video before, but I said like, hey, the cheat code to life, create a YouTube channel. So the guy was telling me, I said, well, how many followers do you have? He goes, oh, I have over 1,000, blah blah blah. And I go, watching video games, like you have the best life ever. Come to the gym, work out, go home, play video games, and eat. And your life is covered with bills, minimum wage, even if it's $15 an hour. If he goes home and plays 10 hours of video games and makes $150, like how much taxes do you actually going to pay on that? Probably not much. 10, maybe 20%. He'll be under the threshold in Canada, and he could probably write off everything else and claim everything else, and he won't even have to pay taxes. And so let's just say he's making $150 a day. Like that's pretty good, I would think. If your life is easy, you really only need a computer system, video game system, food, and a gym. Your life's kosher. So I was asking him how he got all of his subscribers and whatnot. And I guess during COVID, what he did was he started doing the video game thing, and then he would do short videos under a minute, which eventually got up his algorithms. And I guess once you get over 1,000 videos, YouTube starts kicking out a lot farther into a lot more different places so that you get noticed a lot more. And that's when you start making the money. So I was thinking in my head, I was like, okay, well, I got a YouTube channel. think I got like 93, 94 videos, eight eight subscribers. I think four of them are my friends. One's my family member, and I don't really know who the other three are. I don't even know. I've never even checked. I don't even know if you can check. You probably can. I have no idea. But I'm thinking, okay, so if I'm at like 93 videos, and I've watched all those like motivational people, and they say, hey, I did 1,000 videos before I started taking off on YouTube. So $1,000, or sorry, not $1,000. 1,000 videos seems to be that magical number where you can make minimum wage, or it gets you to that hours of whatnot. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, create the channel, and I focus it on a few different things. And this is how I'm thinking, like, to grow this brand and make it so that I have multiple streams of income. So if I create the channel right now on just my life, the Dear Diary, hey, I've been going through hell. Hey, the bank. Oh, here's a go. So they they eventually sent me back $1,200. They still took $800. So here's the thing: Cableese International Bank is a shady, shady bank. Whether you believe it or not, I have so many emails and so many responses from them, and I'm just thinking, you guys are dirtbags. And honestly, I hope, because I probably will go post something underneath their website just so that everyone can see how their actual transactions work and how their rules and everything work. Because you know what? Maybe they need to be a little bit of investigated, because at the end of the day, I'm looking at all these like countries who will send their people to jail for tax evasion, like the United States. But I think I just read in the I don't know where I read this from, and this number could be wrong, but it's something close, and it's in the trillions, okay? Trillions with a T. And I believe the United States has something like $2.1 trillion, or it's 1.2. It's one of the two. $1 trillion of money unaccounted for. Really? But yet you guys are still going to start taxing everyone in the United States. I thought that was the free world, you know? Isn't that why they the British got away from the British and became the United States? Was to become the free world, the free enterprise? Hmm. It's amazing how money, corruption, and greed just ends up changing everything in life, hey? Okay, because here's the thing. People always keep trying to gain money here, there, do shady things, this and that. But at the end of the day, like, they're always going to print money. Money is fake, okay? So, and that's the hardest part for me, because I'm a finance major, and like I said, I have no job. And I'm trying to think of like ways to like build up multiple streams of income, because nobody wants to do my course. This is what I'm learning. I started my course, or my business idea, last October. I eventually paid for the business license May 9th of this year. Not one customer. I get it. Who really wants to come and be better in life? Everyone's going to give the bravado. Oh, I don't need to be better. Oh, I don't need to do this. Oh, I don't need to do that. Sure, you're full of shit, but sure. Like, let's get real. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I probably wouldn't want to wish my last 3.5 years on my worst enemy. And that's being honest. And you're going to go, you are so dramatic. Yeah, I probably am. I probably am. Okay, like I'm probably way over dramatic. Dramatic. Yeah, I can't even say it. Dramatic. There you go. Drink 4 times on that one. Dramatic, dramatic, whatever. Probably way over dramatic. Very much guaranteed. I'm your prima donna, self-absorbed, rot awake, never bored, party binge and persistency, results of plastic surgery. You know, if you guys caught that, that just kind of shows how old I am. But that was a good song back in the day. That was like the banger in my high school that everyone loved, was that one little part. I don't know why that came up, but whatever. Tangents and Dustin, that's how we work in this world. So, I'm thinking like, there's a lot of shady, shady countries, a lot of shadiness. I got so many tangents. This is crazy. I can't even keep one thought going because I got like 100 more that just popped into my head. But if I was going to be honest, okay, why I wouldn't want anyone to be, or even my worst enemies to like live my last like 3.5 years, it's been nothing but hell. Because money is fake. Money is not real in this world. Money is just a way that the governments and the system keeps you in line. That's all it is. Because at the end of the day, my debt, when I started this year, I think my debt was around 14 or $17,000. And now we're at August 11th, and I'm at $27,000 debt. Okay, that's pretty good considering I'm not working much. I can't get any work, nothing. My bills are cheap because I live with my grandma in a basement and I help her out. If I didn't have her, I'd be done. I'd be on the street like everyone else in this country. So they're trying to make it so that there's no more middle class. That's done. They want wealthy and the poor. The poor aren't going to do anything, and the wealthy will just keep living like kings and eating like kings and living life. So when I talked to that bankruptcy lawyer and he told me just keep going, just keep going, keep going, I said, "Oh, this is crazy because you know what? At the end of the day, like I'd love to actually just pay off the debt and leave." And that is another thing is if my future soulmate, she hasn't even come back into my life yet. Okay, I'm still waiting on this third and second path to. It has to happen. There's no way the psychic and medium saw everything, which means there's how long am I going to be stuck in Canada? That's the worst part. Because I want to be out of Canada by January of 2025. Debt free, everything gone, all my clothes are gone. I have two things left, a picture that you can probably see right there, and a pair of golf clubs. Honestly, I'll take the golf clubs if I go to Australia and I don't sell them. I'm good with that. That's one thing I don't really want to sell. I was only ever going to sell the golf clubs and whatnot just to pay for this business, pay for life, make it so that once I do leave, I could have just had a bag with my jackets, my hats, my shoes, and maybe two or three things of clothing and gone. But whatever, it's like my life has not worked out. I've just taken so many losses. I can't even tell you. Like even right now, I know that after this video, I can't figure what doors I need to open to even get this business going. So I'm going to spend $1,000 that I don't have, which will put me at what, $28,000 debt? And you're going to go, 28,000 and you have nothing. And I go, I know. So imagine going through the world knowing, all right, take it as far as I can take it. Don't stress about money. Pay for this corporation. Pay for everything on the corporation. Try and make your interest payments as much as you can. And if you can't clear your own self out, I'm knocking on wood because I really don't want this to happen. I never want to see that B word whatsoever. Never. It's like that guy who gets married 3 times and then divorced. Who wants to be the Ross Geller? Nobody wants to be divorced 3 times. Nobody. Hell, you know what? Like I've already gone through this like twin flame shit. That needs to close. I've been waiting. I've been waiting. I went out this last week and I thought, okay, this is it. This is the closure. Let me close the second door. Let me close this. Because you know what? Here's the worst part. She's so gross and disgusting and toxic. And you're going to go, hold up. That's your twin flame and you're madly in love with her and you just called her all those things. You're fake as shit. No, that's not true. Because when I told God, I said, fine, give me the truest form of love and I won't go dip around. Because you know what? My first girlfriend, when I ended up actually falling in love with her, I still like was a player. I still did my thing. We were never together, but I still did my thing. So I get it. Watch the cycle. Now she's the player, and I stayed true to love this time. Funny how the doors just changed, you know? Obviously, everything that I did in the past is coming back to me, and now I know how my ex girlfriend feels, and I feel bad because she didn't deserve that whatsoever. So you know what? I get lesson learned. I gotta take the pain. I gotta take the heartache. But now watch this. This weekend, the one bar that's like close to my house has it's done its renovations, is having a reopening and everything. And I went out last weekend just to see what it looked like. It looks pretty good. They classed it up, and then they threw a stripper pole. And I'm just thinking, really, you classed up the whole entire joint, and then you throw a stripper pole? Whatever. I guess that's the moneymaker. Making it rain, making it rain. I don't know. It is what it is. I didn't even get to see my soulmate, and I don't even know if that girl is my soulmate. Everything that the psychic and the medium told me lined up with her. But then, how come she hasn't talked to me? You know where I am. You can get a hold of me on Facebook. You can find my phone number. And it's funny. That was the other thing. Is for like 3 years, I didn't give my phone number to anyone. Like I think there was maybe 5 people in my city and maybe my mom and my friends who knew my phone number. And the reason I kept it that quiet was because I didn't want anyone to get a hold of me. And now that I've like blasted it on like YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, my website, I don't even get phone calls. And I'm just thinking, hmm, hard way to build a business if nobody's phoning you. And then that's the thing is, if after this video, $1,000, and you're going to say, what are you going to spend $1,000 on? So I have to get an accounting. I've been doing all my accounting with my own like financials and spreadsheets and whatnot, and just going from what I remember. It's probably going to work. I'm not going to lie, because anything that I need to put in, I can go check Google first just to double confirm what I have to do with it. So it's the same step there and there. But I'm thinking for at the end of the year, just to have myself covered and my business covered, maybe I should probably have an actual like QuickBooks desktop version where everything that I've done by myself, I can just transfer it into there, print it off, send it to a quick accountant who can say, yep, this looks good, file my taxes. Probably going to save me a lot of money in the long run. And I'm thinking that's $200. Okay. So you're going to go, where's the other 1,000? Well, I'm thinking $500 to $600 on Google Ads. I've talked to a lot of people who do Google Ads, and I don't know what the exact return rate is, and I don't know the exact how much it costs per click. But I've seen different estimates, like when certain products that are very popular or just out there that a lot of people look for, it's around the $5 to $7 per click. So if I put up like $500 to $600, like I'm getting 100, 120 clicks, and I say I got 100. So if I get 100 people that now go to my website, I need at least five. Five of those people who actually want to do my holistic course. And this is the thing is when I tell people like, hey, I would never want anyone to go through what I went through. Okay? Like a spiritual awakening, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. In fact, it's one of the worst things you could ever do because you go through hell. You literally go through and you open up doors that you've closed off. And then even the things that like scare you and you go, well, why does my mind think that way? That's not what I believe. No, you know what? You might not actually believe that. But your mind is such a computer system that when it sees things or hears things, it tries to analyze it. So it's analyzing it, and then you're reading back to the thoughts of what you might have seen, heard, and that's going to shake you to your core. So you have to literally go through this dark soul, and that's where you get to see, like, hey, I'm going to open up this door. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm getting to the point. One night, everyone was like, "Oh, I think it was on Saturday. So I went on the Friday, and everyone's like, "Oh, come out Saturday, come out Saturday." I was like, "Nah, you know what? I'm going to spend time at home and just open up as many doors as I can." I don't even know how many doors I opened up, but I went from one event to the next event, next event, next event, next event. I probably opened up 100+ doors that night, and I was just thinking, this is absolutely crazy. I'm getting to the point where I've gone through most of my life, the highs, the lows, the experiences, the lessons, why I did this, why I didn't do that, why like everything. And I'm thinking to myself, man, maybe I did have a lot of fakeness to me because I never gave up on anything. And that's the interesting part because when I looked at my entire life, there were so many times that if I would have listened to my inner gut and my intuition, I knew I was getting fired the next day. Or I knew something was happening and I would still go to work and they get fired. I'm thinking, okay, that's probably 100 times that I've been fired. And so I went through all of them. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? I smoked pot one time at a job, got fired. I made a bigotry comment to a guy who was hitting on me. I got fired. I had a mohawk and decided to saran wrap my ass because it was raining and they wouldn't give me dry clothes. I got fired. I got fired for telling a company that I would work this many hours when technically I was in school and I had like football practice. I got fired because I lied. I got fired because I called somebody a bitch. I got fired for shit. I got fired for theft 3 times and it wasn't even my fault. And I'm just thinking, I've never, oh, okay, no, I have stole stuff, but I've never stole anything from a company. So, whatever. Like, I've been fired for being cheeky where I made a senior currency trader $250,000. Okay, I made her. Didn't even say thank you, and I just said, all right, well then you know what? Next time I get a big deal, I'm not going to pass it off to you. I'll pass it off to somebody who's actually willing to say thank you. I've been fired on my birthday twice. Like I've had to go through all of this dark shadow, dark soul, and at the end of it, oh, okay, I've probably done a lot of shady things, a lot of things I'm not happy about, a lot of things that I've had to like repent. But then when you go through a spiritual awakening, you choose the good side or you choose the bad side. That's all it comes down to. Everyone's hands are dirty, even mine. And I thought my hands were clean. Everyone's hands are dirty. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so and this is the reason I'm doing this. Because once I knew that my heart was going to get lit up and that I was going to have a wife and everything else, I remember me and my ex girlfriend. There was one time I was doing mushrooms, okay? And let's say I've done mushrooms 5, 6 times. But that one time I did it with her, I cried. And I said, I'm not a good person for you, blah, 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 blah. And it's because I had so many demons and thoughts and things in my head that I just felt like I had to express to her and say, like, you deserve better. I get it. She did deserve better. She did love me unconditionally. And that's all I've been looking for now. So it's okay because I know that whoever my future soulmate is, everything I do is to be the best version I can be for myself. Whether that's working out every day for 3 hours, whether that's building these videos, building my brands, paying for Google ads, looking at my business. I watch a lot of motivational videos, a lot of spirituality videos, and a lot of chosen one videos. And the thing is I'm really trying to eliminate the noise. I'm trying to eliminate the stress. I don't even want to think about my debt because I'm going to play this as long as I can play it, play it, play it, play it, play it. And if I have to, like I said, I know so many people who have gone through that B word. I don't even want to put it out there because every time I put something out in the world, it happens. Doesn't happen right away. It might happen 5 years down the line. It might happen whenever it happens. And I'm just thinking, really? How does that work? Because I put out a lot of stupid shit in the air, and that stupid shit has come back and bit me in the ass. So there's something about that. All I know is that I need this second and third path. If it's not this weekend, it might be next weekend, because that's the Twin Flames' birthday. I would love for her to come out and go, Dustin, can we talk? And I'll go, no, you can't talk. I will. See how that worked? No, but I'm shaking my head, yes. We can talk. I'm talking. You're listening. We're not playing games anymore. Nobody gets this. I didn't choose to be anointed. I didn't understand why I was going through a spiritual awakening. I don't know why I chose to wake up one day and go, all right, God, what do you want me to do? I'll give up everything for you. Let's go. I didn't know he was going to test me as hard as he tested me. I didn't have any clue. And people go, oh, well, why don't you change who you are? What? Do you know who I was? I'm not even the same person. Oh, like, here's the funniest part. You guys want to see something? And I know I've said it and I've shown it in other videos. But you want to see. Look at that. That is one big boy. I was twice the weight I am now. All right. So, like, I gave up everything. Gave up fast food. I'm going to tell you right now. I've been craving a pizza so bad. I would just go to town, go out, get myself a nice pepperoni, extra cheese, extra sauce. Just throw on the hot sauce and I would go to town. But I'm not going to. You know why? Even though I am in the best shape of my entire life, and I'm doing stuff at levels that probably professional athletes do. And that's not even bravado. That's just me trying to be honest, saying, like, I have worked so hard in these last 3 years that I went through so much stuff in this spiritual awakening with the twin flame, giving up fast food, giving up sugars, giving up alcohol, giving up my sins and addictions because I want to make it so that my future wife gets the best version of me. And you can say, that's pretty admirable of you. Yeah, but it's hard. And that's why I want people to do my course. Because at the end of the day, once you do my course, you might actually have a little bit more insight into your own life. Whether you want to believe it or not, you will go so deep into yourself, it might trigger you into the dark soul of the night. And if it does, well, then you're on a ride. But here's the deal, that's the path. Don't be listening to this 3D corporate shit. Like I said, 27K in debt or 28, whatever the number is. That's a lot of money I owe. And you know what? Like, I was talking to this guy at the gym. And he goes, you know what the difference between a millionaire and everyone else? I go, what's that? He goes, millionaires know there's risks in everything. This guy, he's got 3 companies. One makes 10 G's a month. I don't know what the other 2 are. He's got a consulting firm. He's also one of the people who's brought in a lot of these immigrants and set them up. So he's making good cash. And he goes, I gotta tell you right now, he goes, I have a kilometer to work. He goes, if I were to think about every risk that would happen in that kilometer, he goes, I shouldn't even get in my car. He goes, I could run over somebody, you get in an accident, this. He goes, There's risks in everything. He goes, make sure you look at the risk, make sure that you make it the smallest amount of risk possible for yourself. And then if it doesn't work, you go to the 100% full end of it. So that means if this company and this idea doesn't work, and this is only brought on for the spiritual awakening. This is because I was anointed from God. This is not even something that I would have ever thought in my entire head to create. This was just something that came to me and said, huh. And the sick way is I know how my mind thinks. I put myself through the ringer. I want others to be put through the ringer. It's the sadistic in me. Because I'm going to tell you, if you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you 10 times worse. And that's why that little twin flame, she's not stupid. She's stupid in everything she does. Let's be honest. You want to sleep around without protection? Stupid. You want to do every drug? Stupid. You want to hang out with fake coke dealers who cut their shit with meth? You're not even doing coke anymore. You're doing coke and meth. Stupid. That means you're going to get addicted to his shit because he's a stupid piece of shit. I'm going to tell you, this coke dealer, yeah, he's this big fat guy with chicken legs who actually came from a religious family, got money from his grandpa, and then goes and hurts people. He played games. He tried to set me up. And this is interesting because I had to figure this out. And there's one guy on my friends list, and he even told me, he goes, you can't fully trust me. And I said, that's good to know because at least we're upfront and honest. I know when I can't trust him. I can feel his energy. He doesn't need to know that. I don't need to tell him that. But there's only been one time that I ever felt his energy that I knew it was off. And I said, okay, whatever's coming out right now, I have to be kind of weary about. So this coke dealer, my twin flame, she's a little Jezebel. She sleeps around. She's just trash. Hey, trash. When I tell you, I couldn't believe that I have a twin flame this disgusting, and I fell in love with it. Like, what? No, no chance in hell. Because you know what? The only thing that makes sense to me is that God said, huh, I'm going to give you your spiritual awakening. And I want to see if you'll stick true to your words. And I'm going to put something so trashy and so low in life in front of you. And then I'm going to give you 30 other situationships and see if you even sleep around, go back to drinking, do anything that you would have done in the past. Because, like I said, me and my ex, once I fell in love with her, I told her I was not going to do a long distance relationship. I went to school at the University of Lethbridge. She lived in Calgary. I wasn't going to go out with her until we lived in the same city. So I still fooled around until the very 2 days before I moved back to Calgary. So this time, and my ex was actually beautiful. So I thought she was one of the most beautiful women I've ever had the chance to date. And then this one is brown hair. I asked her how tall she was, and she goes, "Oh, you already know this. Somewhere in between 5'5" and 5'7". Why couldn't you just give me 5'6"? Like what? Like, and then the fact that you're a cokehead who sleeps around, no protection, and you put 6 hits on my head when I was trying to save your filthy, dirty ass. Come back, come back, twin flame. Let's go. I have prepared myself the last 2.5 years for these conversations. And I didn't play any games. I never lied. I kept true to my word. But the difference is I know my third path is all because of this second path. That everything I did in these last 3.5 years gets me the eliteness, gets me the blonde wife, gets me Australia. So I go through every day hell, hell and back just to get forward. And you know what? Yesterday, yesterday was National Suicide Day. And you know, I did one of my videos. My phone died after the second hour, so I cropped in the third video. I even told people, like, I'm not even going to lie. I just go, hey, cropped in a third video because my phone died. You know what? You can believe me or not. I know I've done 3 hours. My body knows I've done 3 hours. Whether the videos say 2 or 3, you gotta believe me. I've done 3 hours. It's the only reason I'm showing the 3 hour video mark is because in my head I can give up at 2 hours and 40 minutes. I can give up after 2 hours. Shit, I could give up after 1 hour because I am doing more cardio than probably the world. Right? Like 3 hours every day, 40 to 45 kilometers every day, level 18 out of 25. Most people can't even do it. I watched one of the guys I know, and he does the bike and whatnot. And I said, "Hey, come try the elliptical." Straight excuse. Oh, it's so awkward. It's not normal. I'm like, all right, it's probably not normal. You're right. But on level 18, how fast can you go? I want to see you do it for 2 minutes. 3.2 miles per hour. I'm doing 8 to 8.4. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you go check out my TikToks, you will see sweat around the machine. I clean those machines every day better than probably like the entire gym gets clean. Like I make it so that if I'm going to sweat a swimming pool over that elliptical, I'm going to clean it up with sanitizer. It's going to be cleaner than it ever was. But thing is I don't know why my third path has not opened up. I know that in a spiritual awakening, you go down to the very bottom. He takes you as bare bottom as you can be. And if I'm still having to complete my like full contracts, which is open up a business, change my diet, change my ways, get a 6 pack. That 6 pack, I have 1 pound of fat and skin. Like I grab it now and I'm just like, ugh. Well, actually, you know what the worst part is? Sitting down, it might be like 2 pounds. It all just kind of, it is what it is. Whatever. Don't get fat. Life lesson. But for me moving forward, that could be 6 months before I see a 6 pack. I've said that in lots of videos. My goal is by November 30th. When I turn 40, I want to be right there. Even if it's like that much fat above, whatever. If I can suck in and see the lines, I can suck in and see the lines right now. I turn to the one side and I can see lines. I can see lines on in between. I've never been this skinny. I've never been this lean in my entire life. Everyone goes, oh, blah, blah, blah. No, you know what? The world, just stay away from the fast food. Stay away from the sugars and the candies. Like I said, if you want sugar, eat fruit. I have a bowl of fruit full of yogurt, oatmeal, and fruit right beside me. That's what I'm going to eat. 1,500 calories. But you know what? I've also burned 4,500 calories today. So I can eat 3 of those. My food bill costs more than most people's like drug bills. Anyways, all I know is that if people actually do my course and they learn like who they should stay away from, the foods they should stay away from, the situations they should stay away from, it's going to be a very sad way to get ahead. But at the end of the day, you can't follow society. The world needs to realize and wake up that everything around you has been set up for the rich and the elite. I'm not rich. I got the mentality of the elite, but I also know that I'm going to need some big balls and a lot of luck to get ahead. And that's okay. Because, like the guy said, millionaires analyze risk. I've looked at this company over and over. And if it's taken me a whole year to build the entire company, website, marketing, accounting, going through the banking issues, I've already had to do my taxes once. I work out every day to prove that I'm preaching my walk while doing the talk. I still work. when I can, and I'm trying to do this all legitimately. My goal is that once I get to 1,000 people, there should be 1,000 different things that we would have worked on together. So, and the reason I'm saying that I'm a consultant and I'm not a health and wellness like trained or anything like that, at the end of the day, the reason I'm not going to go back to school or become a therapist or any of that jazz, I've already spent lots of money on education, and it's gotten me nowhere in this world. No lie. Look at myself, 2 degrees, economics degree and finance degree. Not one of those degrees has landed me a job in those fields. And I'm going to tell you, I think there's probably been over $100,000 spent on just those degrees. $100,000 that I could have probably put a down payment on a fourplex, had 3 of them all rented out, and I would be living in like something like this, working out every day, and I'd have enough money that would cover my food, my bills, and my lifestyle. Okay? So university has cost me $100,000 plus, and I got nothing out of it, no return from it. So when I had to recreate myself as a person, and I was thinking, okay, well, I drink 4 liters of cooler a day. All right, well, that means I have to still drink 4 liters of fluid. So I replaced that with 4 liters of hot chocolate or tea or something. And then I thought, well, there's this many sugars. Why don't I switch it with the sugars? So now I'm still getting the fluids, still getting the sugars, and I'm slowly changing the mindset away from drinking alcohol to drinking something else. And then once you get to that mindset and you go, all right, you know what? I've been able to handle this. Let's get rid of the chocolates and the sweets and let's turn it into naturals. So now I'm drinking teas with honey. No more hot chocolates. Bowls of fruit. Like I said, I got 2 vices left: Diet Pepsi and pop. And you know what? Even my pot intake's down. So at the end of the day, you're going to go, why are you changing all these? Because I can't control life. I know that life is already planned out. The fact that I have so much debt, if it happens, it happens. But I'm playing the game that the rich play. Go 100% all in because you know what? Money, easy come, easy go. The governments are always going to produce money. They just make it seem like, oh, your credit is going to get hurt. Okay, well, my credit's getting hurt right now. It's not like you're going to give me money to invest in anything as it is. So I'm going to invest in my health, my diet, and the gym and food, rent, clothing, all the stuff that I need as essentials and necessities. And if they go put me in front of a judge or whatever, and I go, hey, I was just trying to live life as clean as possible, and somehow the country I live in has set it up so that everyone becomes a failure unless you come from old money, catch a little luck, or somehow you just happen to see life a different way. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I know what my role is, and whether it works or not on this part, I know that my backup plan is I will go to a nice tropical island and I'll take all my company's credit because if I've done 2, 3 years by the end of this, whether I show positive or negative, and I show money coming in and out, and I have a complete books that show everything, I can at least take those books to anywhere I go and say, hey, this company has been in business for 3 years. These are my highs. These are my lows. These are what we paid for. It's building up the company's corporate credit. It builds up its corporate standing. And then if this doesn't happen, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set myself a time frame that if by, let's say, September 2025, if Divinity Virtue doesn't take off on the holistic course, I will just post my questionnaires on my website for free, and I will X this whole idea. Even though it's from God and everything that He wants me to do, I'll go until September. So me and him, we're making a deal right now. I'm going to go to September. I will go 100% all in. Okay? That would mean that would have given me 2 years that this company, sorry, that's a lie. 1.5 years. So that'd be three accounting statements. I'd like to have 3 years because that's that magical number. Even when I was working at the bank, if you had a company for 3 years, they're more willing to lend. But you know what? If I can clear off my debt, whatever, who cares? I have zero debt, and then the company is open for a year and a half. By next September, whether the holistic course works or not, I can go down to Australia, some tropical island, Hawaii, live there, open up a company, and I'm going to do sea-doo and boat rental. I'll just wake up in the morning, work out, do the sea-doo boat rental during the day, come back with my hopefully my future soulmate, my wife, whoever that ends up being, and just live a kosher life. Because at the end of the day, my goal, no matter how this goes, whether it's through the holistic course or building up the corporation side, doing a sea-doo boat rental, that once I have enough money coming in, my next goal is to buy a fourplex or build 4 small, tiny homes or whatever on a nice piece of land and rent out 3. That would probably be the better way, just so that I don't have to hear people walking. Like I can always hear my grandma walking, and it sounds like an elephant's walking on top of me. So, like if that's the case, then I'll do it that way. Buy the fourplex, get the land, because I already know in this spiritual awakening, I know what my next step is, and that's the big step. This is just to get the foundation, get the company going, and prove that I'm willing to actually walk with God and do everything that I said I was going to do. So I'm trying to figure out which doors after this. Like I said, once I spend that 1,000, it's done. Like whatever, and I might even have a few other things I have to buy. I don't know. I haven't quite looked. Oh, that's why I was thinking of 1,000. I have to look at DocuSign. I don't know how much that costs. $30, $50 a month. But you know what? I'm trying to make this as legit as I can make it. I want people to understand like what we're building here. We're going to have 1,000 different ideas for mental health, for life goals, to start up businesses, whatever it is. The reason I do all these videos, even though it's not going to take off, if this took off in 3 years, watch how this works. That means I would have been on TikTok for 2 years, YouTube for 3 years, company for a year and a half. I would have been working out for 4.5 years. All my habits, issues, drink, all my habits, triggers, issues, everything would be gone. By the time I'm 40, 41, I said my goal was by 45, full on corporation, CEO, family, legacy, like ready to go. Like I'm not screwing around this time. I'm not playing games. I'm not gonna listen to my ex-girlfriend who said, "Oh, I want my own house," blah blah blah. And I said, "Okay, we're spending our first house. Like costed us $318,000. It wasn't worth 318. We ended up selling for 384. Wasn't even worth 384. That lady just whatever. She's got a nice neighborhood, hospital, lake, shopping center, schools. She's getting a nice area. She really is. It's not worth 384. But whatever. That's the life lessons. I'm gonna do it right this time. And no one's gonna stop me. That's the second part. So once that happens, third part is keeping divinity and virtue going and changing the way how everyone thinks. And if I can get to that one step, this is over. I'm going to change the world game like there's no tomorrow. I'm going to show you that the Rothschilds and the whoever's running the world, the Illuminatis and whatever, whoever's running the world, they set you up. They set you up for failure. They really did. And when you see what I can do, and if it all goes right, you're going to watch me become one of the biggest monopoly kings in the world. And I'm going to help so many people. And you're going to go, what? You're this big, but you've helped this many people? And I'm going to go, you watch. I will change the entire game, the world game. People will look at me when I'm dead and go, shit. We just got played by the world. And one guy decided to step up. It's going to be a one hell of a ride because I'm going to tell you, they ever figure out what I'm up to and what I'm doing, I'm going to have to check my food. I'm sure of it. Or I'm going to have to prepare my own meals, buy my own food. I'm going to change the world if I can figure this out. But like I said, I got to get to this next step. So either way, there will be 1,000, even if I have to do it in open sources and I just want people to send me their answers. Great. Then you know what? At the end of it, my website will have 1,000 different ways that may work or may not work. You can look at it and say there was 50 people that wanted to quit smoking, 50 people that wanted to quit drugs, 50 people that had anger management issues. 1,000. Okay? I'm talking about 1,000. That's a lot. That means you would have 50 different ways to figure out how to do something. And it may not all work for you, but you can take little tidbits that does work for you and create your own wheel and move forward. The reason I want people to do this, like I said, I wouldn't wish anyone to do my last 3.5 years, but in a really sick, psychotic way. I've never been healthier. I'm not happy in life. I'm not. There's no point in lying. I'm not happy in life. But I'm so healthy. My diet's so clean. I controlled my thoughts. I control who I hang out with. I don't even let family members step on me anymore. I have an uncle who likes to run his mouth, and then he tells me, "Oh, well, you've been given so much, this." Really? Difference was, I worked hard for it all. I went to school. You didn't. There's the difference right there. You rather have stayed home, played hooky, and smoked pot. I went to school, focused on good grades, focused on sports, working out. We live two different lives. And then he tells me about his drama that he has. And I go, I can't deal with you. He goes, well, I'm very peaceful. I'm like, you're not. You have no peace whatsoever. Because here's the thing, birds of the same feather flock together. So if you're hanging out with crackheads, that means you still have the mentality and personality of a fucking crackhead. Just get over yourself. We all create our own paths. We all create our own problems. I'm in this basement because I said yes on a quick decision to help out my grandma, and it was the worst 11 years of my life. But I have a roof over my head. I got food in my belly. I got a gym membership. I got a computer. I got a business. Sure, I'm not where I want to be. Sure, I don't have a soulmate. Sure. But you know what? Every day that I do this and I go better and be better and do things better, it's got to work. It has to. But that's another thing. So even if I have to do a sea-doo and boat rental and live that type of lifestyle, I know that my life is going to be focused on health and wellness and no more stress. I don't need any more stress. And that's where this comes in. This gets fun. It's my second and third path. I can't wait. I've been preparing for 2.5 years. You're going to go, whoa, you've held on to something for 2.5 years? It's the hardest thing in my entire life is to let go of something so bad for me. And I'm just thinking, I would have never dated that in my entire life. And I'm just thinking, was I that low in life that I made a deal with God saying, hey, make me fall in love with something I would never ever want in my entire life? Let me go through heartache so that I awaken and go, yo, I deserve more to life. I deserve to get the hell out of here. I'm not taking care of anyone anymore. What? So that's how I signed up for my spirituality? Horrible. I'm going to tell you, that twin flame's scared. I'd be scared too. Everything I know about you, you can't even look yourself in the mirror. You can't even look at me. And I'm a spiritual healer. So that means that you're going to look at me and you're going to have to look in my eyes. And you're not talking to me, you're talking to that guy. I'm not even lying to you about this. That's what people don't like about me. They radiate to me. Radiate, radiate, radiate. Have the conversations, talk. They express everything to me. And then you run. Why? What are you scared of? Scared of yourself? Scared of myself too. I know what I can do. It's not good. It's not good whatsoever. But I've been preparing for this 2.5 years. And I'm going to tell you right now, 555 I just saw. And it's funny because yeah, okay. Well, that's interesting. I saw 555 3 times just in the last like minute, which means let go of the past. I think that's what that means. That's good because once that past comes, I would never, if she's that stupid and comes and professes her love to me and goes, I love you. I'm so sorry. I was young. Yo, you're sent from the devil. Do you not realize, like, this was God telling you, like, smarten the fuck up or else you're done? And she didn't. She didn't. I know she didn't. Because you would come out and try to talk to me within the last 2.5 years. You've been quiet in this city. How do I know? Because this is my city. I know everyone. Good, bad, and in between. I don't play games. I don't shit on people. I respect everyone. And I don't know who's who because at the end of the day, anyone could be anyone. You just keep your P's and Q's and just mosey on with your own life. That's the difference. I understand my city. I don't need to be caught up with everything that they're up to. I'm trying to do this business as legit as I can. And I even know that I'm going to have to get my hands dirty. So I just got to walk the finest line I can walk and do this the right way. And that's what helps me go forward in my spiritual awakening. That's what helps me get past the devil in the first round. This is game on. Like, I can't explain this. And I'm going to tell you right now, I would hate to be that little girl who professes her love to me and then realizes that she loses everything in life. So now, not only do you have every addiction possible, you're a streetwalker who doesn't even use protection, and you just lost the truest form of love. I wouldn't want to be her. Because now what are you going to do? You're either going to do one of two things. And she would be the prime candidate to do my course. Imagine that. She's either going to go look at herself in the mirror and go, in all honesty, or she's going to go the other way and go, okay, time to change. I'm going to have to give up everything. And then she's going to have to do 3.5 years of like what I did. give up everything, change your ways, and realize you're not who anyone thought you were. Who is Dustin Taylor? I wear a cowboy hat. You know why I wear a cowboy hat? Because I'm going bald. I have that mushroom cut right there and a patch right there that does not grow hair. Horrible. I can't even put Rogaine on there for it to grow. It just does not grow. Okay? I like to wear furs. And everyone goes, oh, I went out. And they go, oh, you're the pimp guy. I'm like, is that what people think of me? They go, yeah, you dress like a pimp. And I go, doesn't make me a pimp. And I go, how come we've never talked? She goes, well, I didn't want to be pimped. And I'm like, you don't just get pimped by talking to a pimp. If you're in the sex game, you're in the sex game. And that's how you get pimped. I'm not even a pimp. I just like to dress with furs and silks. Like, I dress good because I understand. Hey, furs and silks, they look good, they feel good. You know, I don't need Adidas and Nike and all that jazz. I got my own style. I don't fit in with the crowds. I'm on my own. I'm a chosen one. I walk the very loneliest path you could ever imagine. I got zero friends, maybe one. All my other friends, flies. They're gone. Where are they? They're all gone. I got no loyalty in my life, and I'm the most loyal person you'll ever meet. Whatever though. Honestly, this was an hour video. I don't even know how it got to an hour. I don't even know how I talked for an hour. That's crazy. Whatever. I wanted to make a video for a while. These last 8 days were crazy. I worked out hard. You know, I'm going to spend money right now and do this. I need to close that one door. Once that door closes, I gotta believe that path 3 opens. Because even my buddy who's spiritual, he goes, what did he say? Capricorn, Cancer, and Aries. Apparently, it's their like time to shine. From what I'm hearing right now, for myself, I know that because I've gone through the bad path. I'm Sagittarius. I'm the truest form of a Sagittarius. And all my moons and planets align that I'm pretty sure I did it right. If I've done this, everything that I thought I was supposed to do right, I'm coming into like 20 plus years of just great karma and everything. Like just success. Because I wouldn't tell you, I've taken losses. I'm nothing but a fucking loser in this last 3.5 years. I've taken more losses than I've ever taken in my entire life. And I'm just going, whoa, spiritual awakening really breaks you down. Really wants to see how much you're willing to take. Most people can't do this. Nah, I'm telling you this right now. To transcend, like, and to change your energy, good luck. But I'm going to tell you, if you do my course and you go through it, and sure you take out 3 years of your life, you're going to come out so strong mentally, physically. The game's over. The world has nothing to do with you anymore. You are just on your own path. You create your own way, create your own business, whatever your passions are. If it's building cowboy hats, go watch 100 videos on YouTube about how to build a cowboy hat, start it up, make one, start building the business. Whatever it is, that's the game. Don't worry about everything else. Money's fake. Easy come, easy go. If you have to claim the B word, whatever, that's life. But you know what? The first one, like I said, from what I've been told, it's $1,800. 9 months, $200 payments. Okay? That's the case, and I have to claim it. I'll make sure I have $1,800 the very first day that I claim it. Just pay it off. Done. Then it's off my books. Sure, it's on my record for 7 years. It's not like I'm going to buy anything in Canada as it is. This country's garbage. Wasted country. Waste. It's done. You know what? Honestly, go check out my TikToks. My LinkedIn, I'm getting 10 plus views a week, which is good. I just need clients. Whoever watches these videos, send it around. I need clients. I don't even need the YouTube views, okay? Because if this takes off in 3 years, that'll be great source of income in 3 years. TikTok, if I'm there on there for 3 years and I do it for 3 years, I'm at 300 views every day on my videos now. So that would probably get me to I don't know, 10,000 views a day, because I would have hit the algorithms with so many videos and so much content that my name's out there. So now not only could I get money from YouTube, my TikTok could bring in sponsorships and ads. If Life Fitness sees that I've done everything on their machine and went from a fat boy to a six pack, they might endorse me and go, okay, yo, we'll just buy you the machine and we'll endorse you and let's do this. And then if my company takes off and I can get in the next 3 years 1,000 customers, then that puts me to the next step. I'm out. That means by the time I'm 45, everything will have happened and I'm out of here. I want to be out by next year. But you know what? Time's not on my time. Everything happens on divine time. I know I need to close that one door. Once that's over, it's over. We're not playing games anymore. You know what? Life is already a game. It's already planned out. The people who you meet, the people who you love, the people where you work, live, blah, blah, blah. It's all planned out. You can take me for my word. You can think I'm crazy. When I got four people who told me the same ending of my own life, and I'm just going, huh, you know my ending better than I even know myself. Cool. Anyways, long video. Um, Good rants. Probably a lot that you guys could have drank on today. September 11th. So I don't know if you have any American friends. See how they're doing. They probably had some loved ones in the terror attacks, which was pretty unfortunate. With that being said, my name is Dustin Taylor. This is Divinity Virtue. Go check out divinityvirtue.com. Go check out my LinkedIn. Go check the Facebooks, the TikToks. I am a fitness influencer who owns a health and wellness company, and everything's go. Um, like I said, the main goal, let's create something so that in 2 3 years, everyone's mental health, once they start coming through my website, they can actually focus on themselves, be better, learn different ways that help for other people on certain situations, and maybe it creates something that actually helps the world not focus so much on drugs and alcohol and low vibrational stuff for when they have life problems. And then, you know, whether this works or not, like I said, by the time I'm 45, even if I have to do a sea-doo and boat rental just to get my money, build up my fourplex idea, then the next idea comes the big one. And if I can get that big one going, I'm going to tell you, it's over. Done. I will show everyone this entire game, and this will all be posted on YouTube, and you guys will see from the very bottom to the very top that I did it legit. That being said, God bless. You know, take your losses before you become the boss. Try to be 1% better each and every day. Try to help others to grow, succeed, be the best versions they could be. Everything happens on divine timing. My name's Dustin Taylor. This is divinityvirtue.com. To my friends and family, God bless. Have a great day. And let's go. It's go time. You know, I'm ready to take over the world. I'll work hard every day if that's the case. You know, I'm on this earth for another round, so I might as well get used to the highs and the lows and how it goes. And I'm just your crazy guy who's gone through a spiritual awakening. And even though life isn't full of enjoyment or excitement, and my highs and lows are a little bit more calm, I've just gotten to a point where peace, harmony, and love is all I want in life. And I'm going to get it. I'm going to show the world how to change the game. So, have a great day. Talk to you later.